Hey there, everyone. Happy Tuesday. King 5 meteorologist Adam Claybon here with you on this, which was rainy for some Tuesday, but for a lot of us others, we actually got to dodge a lot of the showers. And we've seen a good amount of sunshine. It's just been so terribly windy out there here for a lot of the day Tuesday. And well, Wednesday should be less windy, and we're also expecting to see less in terms of rainfall, even for those who saw a bit more of that shower activity for Tuesday. But the rain, it was definitely needed, and we got quite a bit of it here throughout the night, Monday night into early Tuesday, and we'll see just a bit more here as we go throughout the earlier part of Wednesday before we get rid of all of that, bring back widespread sunshine and more of the heat too by the end of the week and through the weekend, next work week too, but we'll talk about that here in a second. First, let's take a look at how much rainfall we have seen so far, which, I mean, we're only about, 9 days in now into the month of June, and all of this pretty much coming in the past 24 hours. You can see the amounts, very impressive, coming in over an inch down around Olympia, 1.7 inches there. As far as around SEA, you can see that there at the airport, we came in at just under an inch and coming in closer to about 9/10 of an inch. And this does not include everything that has fallen Tuesday yet. So we'll see what happens when we do start to factor in some of those totals. But when we look at it as a whole and what's been happening here for the year of 2026, you can see Bellingham running a surplus of over an inch, closing in on 1.5 inches there. Still running a bit below there around Olympia, and at SeaTac, yes, we are running just a bit below as well. Again, it doesn't include everything we have seen Tuesday, so we'll see what happens once we start to include some of those totals and we get those official numbers from the National Weather Service. Did want to show you this, though. Check it out. We got the showers that will be hanging around for a few of us throughout the night and early to Wednesday. Once we head into Thursday, however, we're done with that. We're seeing the sunshine. We're staying pretty comfortably warm Thursday and Friday, even Saturday too. Not too bad, but then we get into those 80s and 90s. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Those are going to be a stretch of 3 hot days for us that are definitely going to give us more of a summer feel, while things have been definitely more spring-like here recently, giving us more of that cool feel out this way towards the coast. But we're seeing a little sunshine there, but up this way around Granite Falls and for parts of more Snohomish County as well, which we'll talk about here in a second. It's been a bit of a different story. Port Angeles, we can see a little bit of that blue sky there. And then Everett, you can definitely tell things have been wet here for a good portion of the day. Here we are in Seattle. You can see bouncing back and forth between the cameras. Where is wet, where is not, where we've been seeing some of the sunshine and where we've been seeing some of those clear skies. Everybody, though, pretty much have been dealing with these breezy winds. That's currently coming in at about 20 there at the airport early into your Tuesday evening. We'll drop as we head on into the night, down into the 50s, and I think for many of us, we'll start off in the 40s, so a chilly start to Wednesday. Here's where the shower activity is, and yeah, there are a few storms. We kind of alluded to that yesterday, that there could be just a few of them around, and mainly it's going to be around areas right here where our convergence zone is currently helping to produce much more of the rain, and you can definitely tell a little blip of lightning there, nothing too widespread, but it's here where we've been seeing the majority of the action as far as the rainfall here throughout Tuesday. And as we head on into Tuesday night, we'll see that spread out just a bit more, but it's not going to be lasting as long and definitely not as widespread as what we had back Monday night into early Tuesday. So all of that departing off towards the east as we go later on into the day tomorrow. But you can see it does start to spread out just a bit more here across some parts of Northwest Interior, and then it tries to make a little bit of a beeline southward as we get a slightly different wind position to start to come and take over. And with that direction will help us to see a few more showers for areas farther to the south before that eventually dies off, and we are going to see some drier conditions into Wednesday afternoon and into Wednesday night, and then, yeah, starting off chilly Thursday morning, but then really starting to warm things up by Thursday afternoon. And you can see additional totals of rain are going to be favoring those spots where we have convergence zone activity up there in Snohomish County. I think 1/4 to 1/2 inch going to be definitely more the norm up there, while areas outside of there we'll see maybe another 1/10 of an inch, depending on where we get that shower activity. And yeah, kind of a similar story again. We're still expecting to see this ridge of high pressure build as we head on into the next couple of days. And by the time we head on into more of the day on Friday into Saturday, yeah, Saturday is getting pretty close. Where you see that dark red, that's that center of high pressure, and it extends even closer heading on into Sunday and Monday. So still looking like we are going to see a stretch of 3 hot days as we head into Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, mid to upper 80s, 90s out there too, especially on Monday. Better chances too as we head on into Tuesday for some of those 80s to be around before we do start to notice a cool down. We're cooling back down into the mid and upper 70s Wednesday and Thursday, still above average, but Friday may be cooling back below those normal numbers here as we head on into the end of the following week. And again, it's been a breezy day out there, so if you have been noticing any sort of power issues within some of your homes, we still could be seeing some of that here into the first part of the evening as some of the max gusts here for the day have been right around 30 to 35, closing in on 40 miles per hour. So a pretty windy day. All right, let's talk about tonight, though, because we are going to cool off. We'll expect the winds to die off and temperatures to drop for most of us down into the 40s. 49 at Orcas Island, 45 at Port Townsend, and Tacoma dropping down to 49 degrees. Highs tomorrow, there you go. You can see Blaine up to 64, Mount Vernon at 65. We'll see more of the mid-60s around Arlington and Marysville, Monroe up to 65, Coopville up to 62 degrees. We'll see low to mid-60s around Paulsville over towards Issaquah, Maple Valley at 64, Bremerton at 65. Into the upper 60s we go around Tacoma and Puyallup, Olympia at 67, 66 into Nino, while keeping more of the 60s farther south as well, with the coastal areas seeing the 50s, 58 as you get closer to ocean shores, and around 59 as you get around areas such as Nia Bay. 60s towards Lake Crescent and Port Angeles, 67 in Shelton and Elma, getting up to 66 degrees. Any sort of shower activity, expect that generally during the morning hours. And then we should start to see things dry out by the afternoon, see a little more sunshine, and for Thursday and on into the start of the weekend, comfortably warm, very beautiful days for us, and then just make sure to hydrate as much as possible if you are going to be outdoors Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Plenty of sunshine, take some breaks, and one more thing too, if you're going to be trying to get into the water on any of those days, the water's still pretty chilly, so definitely take precaution, be very careful, and just make sure to have a life jacket on too, especially if you're on some sort of watercraft or boat. Okay, everyone, well, take care. Have a terrific Tuesday night. We'll talk to you soon.